Hi all, it's Carissa from The Littlest Seedling, and it is sunny and warm out. It is finally spring in Northwest Indiana. Today I'm going to show you how I organize my seedlings with this, and this is just how I keep it together. I use Google Sheets to type it up and print it out. You can handwrite it for sure, you can draw it out, except I would make a copy of it because since I recorded the footage you're about to see, I spilled water on one of mine and it got all smeared. So make a copy of it if you're going to handwrite it. But anyway, here's the video of me explaining how and why I keep myself organized.
So this I have it organized by what tray it is, with the most recent ones on top, because those are the ones I'm trying to see what's growing first. I have it listed as top left, and then inside each container I've written on a little white post that goes inside the dirt, tray 4 top left, and then I have I've marked the bottom right corner in the tray as well. And then each square shows one of the little cells, but I do, for the most part, I do 2 seeds per cell. And then I do them in opposite corners. That way when I go to plant them in the bigger pots that I have, which are, they're square tall, they're about 4 inches tall, and I think they're probably about 2 to 3 inches wide. I can break those apart without damaging the roots to each plant, because the roots are going to be still kind of shallow because they are so young. But so each of these squares typically has 2 seeds in it, one in this corner and then one in the diagonal corner. And sometimes I might just, when I pull out this square, I might take a knife and just cut directly across. But I felt that was the best way to maximize my space and soil and get as much grown as possible in a small space. So this is tray 4, and I wrote down it as a mix of plants, and I started at 314. I always forget to write when I start something, and I usually take a picture of it, and that has been my saving grace thus far. I am trying to be better about that, so I want to make sure I'm keeping track of when it has started so that I know, like, oh, I started this on the 14th and I'm already seeing stuff popping up. This is great. So that's this. I label everything as the package of seeds says. So Brad's Atomic Grape Tomato. So I know if I like that and I need to order more, I know exactly what I need to get, instead of trying to play a guessing game of, is it this one or is it this one? So I try to be very clear in what I'm ordering. For tray 3, I wrote when I started it that it is a mix. I didn't do all lemongrass in one thing. I did split it up, so it's half lemongrass, half dill, because I don't need a lot of either. Dill will reseed itself each fall. As it goes to seed, it'll drop its seeds, and then it'll grow in that spot next year. So I really didn't want to start a bunch because I don't want to have it take over my yard. So I'm just doing 3, and then just 3 lemongrass. I would also like to save it and use it in teas and stuff. And this is great repellent for mosquitoes to have on your deck. So I'll probably put those in pots on my deck around my sitting area. And then I did Carolina Reapers this year, which are going to be ungodly hot. I actually used tweezers to pull them out of the package and to plant them, because I had seeds in my hand from a way less hot pepper plant, and I had tiny blisters in my hands. So these ones, I just went ahead and used tweezers to plant them and everything. I did 2 in each one, so I have 12 here, and then I planted 4 individual ones here, so I have 16 Carolina Reaper plants. I want 1, but I planted the rest so that my friends that maybe don't have the knowledge of planting seeds or anything like that would be able to get one from me. So I've got so much coming up this year. I'm so excited. I did a lot of chamomile. I'm going to plant that in hopes of saving some and drying it for more tea. These are the original trays. This is the first one that I had started. I'm still getting some stuff hasn't fully germinated yet. Peppers take forever to germinate, and that is fine. That is normal. If you've started peppers from seed and you're like, I haven't seen anything in 2 weeks, that's fine. That's how peppers are. That's why I started mine so early. I typically would not have started so soon, but I wanted to make sure when it's time to put plants outside, I'm ready to rock and roll and they're not too small and won't get trampled or get blown over or anything. Rule of thumb for the area of Northwest Indiana is don't plant anything until after Mother's Day. That's typically when we're clear of being at risk of frost, and it's usually you want to wait 2 to 4 weeks after the last frost to put anything outside, just to be sure. So my rule of thumb is always after Mother's Day. That's when a lot of garden centers will officially open. So don't put anything outside yet unless you know for sure that it can handle the cold and a risk of frost. So some beans can be in the cold, but peppers cannot. They like it hot, hot, hot. This is my herb and flower tray. This is where I'm getting the most growth, and I'm super excited. I planted a lot of butterfly weed. That is, it's the really pretty orange flowering plant. It is native here, and butterfly weed and milkweed are the only plants that monarch caterpillars can eat, and that's where the butterflies will lay their eggs for the next season. So they are native to Northwest Indiana, so I plant them. I'm trying to help promote monarch life. I love monarchs. They are in trouble, so help when you can. If you have milkweed in your yard, please don't dig it up. If you don't want it, give it to a friend that would want it. I want it. I want all the butterfly weed. I want as many butterflies as I can get. So please don't just mow it down, because oftentimes it will have eggs on the underside of the leaves.
So that's all for today. That was part one of the garden planting videos. I really appreciate all of you that always support me and encourage me. If you don't follow me on Instagram, make sure you check it out at _seedling_. And I post stories on there of seed updates, of things I keep buying online and in the store. My husband's gonna block me from Menards, I'm sure. But I'm curious, how do you all plan your garden? Let me know in the comments. If you have family and friends that want to learn to garden or like watching gardening stuff, make sure you share this video and check back for part 2, which should be coming out very soon here. Thank you so much. Have knowledge, share knowledge. Bye.